Right, they should know it's a simple job. End all war, stitch the sky. The easy one first, of course.
You're daft, yeah? Most people get special, they lose their smirk. Can't see how stupid it all is. I think I'll like you, Lady Herald. Maybe you are a little touched, yeah?
I'll try not to let them down.
Failure is a luxury we cannot afford, my dear. For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better.
Bits up, face down!
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
Oh, there's a lot of them. There's just a lot of things. Oh, their party was kind of separated, like mine, I suppose. Flip that a little bit. Okay, I'm very proud with how Iron Bull is. I mean, not Iron Bull, with how Blackwall is at the moment. Because he's just a wall. He's literally Blackwall. He is just a wall. Okay, I don't even think he's lost his guard the entire time we've been here. There he goes. Yeah, he's taunting people, he's provoking, so he's keeping it all on him. But he has the guard to do it. Okay, this is technically the rendezvous point, but it's a giant area. Is it iron? Yes. Okay. Well, there's a little house over here, so we can go... Oh, there's two houses. We can go to the left, the one on the left first.
These must be the missing soldiers.
We should see that their families are notified.
Crap. We can look at a map that's in
Looks
this
like the
building.
bandits are camped further along the beach.
We can read a book. Not a book, a note. Bandit notes. These notes are found near murdered Inquisition soldiers. The paper is not crumpled or torn, as though it were left behind instead of dropped. It's not our place to disagree. They're attempting to set themselves up along the shore, and we have orders. We are the sword, not the hand that wields it. You taught me that. If they're worthy, let them come with Mercy's crest. The blades of Hissarion will listen. You will only get yourself cast out, or worse.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hissarion. It seems there's a way to challenge their leader.
They have traditions. These men were just following a code. If the Inquisition can win their loyalty, we could steer them on a better path.
Alright. We don't have to kill them. We can ally with them. In a chest in the rundown shack, we find an amulet of dexterity. Gives a +2. Oh man. People senselessly being killed. And in this house is... Ooh, a chest. chest and a pot with dagger in it. Pot has an intense blight wasp vitar. That's for Quinari only, so that's something for Iron Bull. Yeah, sir? You good? You okay? She's not okay. She wants out. And we can find 51 gold in it as well. There's a ladder. I'm gonna go by area and pick up the I'm gonna go by area to pick up all of the shards because there's a lot of them, but I'd like to get them wrapped up in a single video if I can, even if it has to be like by area. I just want to get them all wrapped up in a single video. We're not immediately gonna go to the Blades of Hissarion. We're gonna go back to the Hinterlands. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the Hinterlands because we have stuff that we need to finish there. Oh, that's a strange looking ram. Maybe it's not important. Oh my gosh, it's a bear. Nope, everyone disengage. We're moving the bear further down here. Moving the bear. Move the bear. The bear is following me. We're heading into bear country is what I'm saying. Because there are bears in this area. Please! So, why I moved... Oh, thank you, Blackrock, for basically getting in front of me and stopping this bear. Why I moved away from that ram is because there are certain animals in this game that I found out are special in a way. Quest special in a way, but they're not protected. So it's very easy to try and attack them and terrible things to start happening. Case in point, I ran into a Druffalo. I thought that I could mess with the Druffalo. The Druffalo thought that it could kill me, and it thought correct. And I was basically, Druffalo have this charging attack. Yeah, they can push you if they don't kill you. So it pushed me very far. Very, very far. But it doesn't stop. So it just keeps pushing you. And if you just keep living, it just keeps pushing you. So, yeah. Anyway. We can claim this landmark for another part of Saga of Tirda Bright Axe. Avar Mother, 3rd stanza. We don't read them, but they are, like, song-like. There's Crystal Grace up on this hill. I'm trying to remember. There's a quest with this. Hold on. Hoping I'm not messing it up. Right hand close enough to brush the stone itself. The spirits will listen. Okay. So, right hand close enough. So, 1, 2. Excuse me. 3. Oop. Defeat the demon. Shouldn't have brought Grandpa back. Oh gosh. Blackwall, that's Grandpa, please. Sarah, you okay? Where's Sarah? Oh. She's just yelling. Well, off of Grandfather we can find the enhanced belt of spirit resistance. Why Grandpa is all the way out here is beyond me. But we unlock the Coda country for corpses. Okay, we can go here, just picking stuff up. As we go. Iron. No obsidian yet. I'm pretty sure there's some obsidian around here somewhere. What is this? Okay, it's Memories of the Grey. Just like with the other personal quests, if you do their personal quests with them in the party, you give more... Oh, we discover a new region called Hefter's Woods. You get more approval with them if they're with you while you're doing the objective for their quest. Blackwall will comment on it if you pick up stuff or you complete the quest without him. They'll be like, oh, it would have been nice to be there, you know? And that sort of thing. Kind of just sound a bit sad that he wasn't with you. But you can do them, and I think it still will give approval, but it just won't be as much of an approval, like, hit if he's not with you. We're walking under the underpass. We find a chest next to a wooden cart that looks like it fell off of that cliff behind us or above us. Keep heading in the northernmost direction and we find a structure in the woods, like a platform. And yes, it is an important platform. It's got a landmark on it. It's another part of the saga of Tyr the Bright Axe, Avar Mother, 8th stanza. Okay, they're level 8. I was like, they're not completely red. Are there bears here? No, it's just people. There's so many red dots. I was like, is there bears?
I doubt that was the last of them.
There is a bear! God, dang it. I see figures moving in the distance. Okay, we can loot literally everything. I won't be wanting for bear hide.
Girlish here.
Yeah, girl? Okay, yeah, the veil is girlish here. You heard it here first from Sarah. An assassin weapon. Dude, camus. Okay. Cool, we're getting some items. There is something walking over here. Oh, it's wolves. It's wolves, everybody. It's wolves. Look alive. There's something. Okay, it's just more wolves. They're just fanning out. Blackwall needs to drink his juice. Drink your juice.
Those wolves have madness in their eyes.
The breach may have driven them mad. Or perhaps a demon took command of the pack.
Oh, that's fun. Now we have to worry about demon-possessed wolves. Great. I should have brought Iron Bull. He said something about protecting us from demons. He said the bigger the better. Alright, there's people walking in the woods. Yeah, so the one thing about the Hinterlands is that there's... Oh, gosh. There are a lot of bears in the Hinterlands. There's more bears than I've ever encountered anywhere in the Hinterlands. It's actually really crazy because this is the beginning area. This is the first area of the game. If you do what I'm doing and you're just going and you don't know that bears are a problem and that they exist, you'll have a problem. I remember the first time I played and I rounded the corner, I was fighting some mercenaries, and then there were 4 bears. And then it happened a couple episodes ago, where I was just going about my business, and then there were just bears. And I'd be like, sure, I know it's the woods, but is there some sort of conference going on? Like, a conclave, but just for bears? Why are there so many bears here? What are the bears doing? Are we interrupting their hibernation? Are the bears being displaced because of the Mage Templar War? These are questions that I feel like should be answered. What? Oh. And then we end up in situations like this where we're surrounded and there's just a bear over there. What's behind us? Just dogs. Just Mabari. There's just some Mabari hanging about in the woods. Oh crap, I hit the Fennec. The bear is wondering what's up. The bear is not minding his business. Blackwall is going toe-to-toe with a bear. My word. We're not done yet. No. It's like... it's like we're in one of those, like... No. What's that over there? If I look over the side and I see a bear... Oh boy. Is that Sarah? Sarah? Wait until you meet the great bears. They're not very great, but there are some of them. Did you drink all your stuff, or did I just... Is this before I gave her her things? She should have some. Okay, we might have to pack it in a little bit. Hey. What happened to the Fennec? Blackwall. Okay. We need to move. We need to keep moving, because we need to get to the next camp and rest.
This would work for a camp.
I like he sounds like someone who is just hiking with you for a really long time. Okay, I guess you just didn't have it. Very strange. How many do we have? We have 36, so we're not doing too bad. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, he sounds like someone who's like really chuffed with themselves after a long hike and is like, yep, this will do. It's got just a nice place. Were those bears or were those... That's a bear. Was that other one also a bear? It's gone. It was a bear. Okay. Okay, we're gonna head up. Actually, we're gonna pick up this Hinterland artifact because it's not too far from where we are right now. I could do them all in one episode, but I'd rather just not. Sometimes you just need to do the thing, you know? Is it up here? Need to... Oop. Is that bear really close to camp? I suppose so. There's a chest behind the tents, actually. I'm gonna pick that up. Templar shield, mercenary hatchet, and an Avar raider greatsword. We're gonna make our way up the hill behind the camp. And
We should search the area.
Search near this little campsite, dilapidated, and find a pristine griffin feather.
Good find.
And Blackwall greatly approves if you're with him, or he's with you. Am I going in the right direction? Yes, seems like elevated is where we need to be. Okay, heading up. We can find the next astrarium. Ooh. Definitely up on a high cliff. Oh. Interesting. We see a kind of homestead type area. I see at least one house down there. And a river. Or lake or something. But what's down there isn't of interest to us. What's up in the stars is... Is R. Let's see. Is that bridged over there? The one thing the game does is we'll sometimes throw in like some weird random stars that just don't have anything to do with it. And it will just mess me up. Up, see? Okay. Start. Alright, there we go. Ooh, looks like a dragon. Draconis. Constellation Draconis. Called High Dragon in common parlance, the constellation Draconis is always depicted as a dragon in flight. Recently, it has come into question whether this was the case in the ancient Imperium. Most of Interdragon imagery was reversed for the old gods, so why would they dedicate a constellation to dragons in general when specific dragons were held in such reverence? This speculation is fueled by older drawings showing Draconis as more serpentine in appearance, perhaps depicting a sea creature or an unknown eighth old god that was stricken from historical record. From A Study of Theodosian Astronomy by Sister Oren. Either way, we have one more area to go to, and I think I can see where it ended. Probably like on that cliff over there. Alright. I mean, we could try and make our way down the... We could. Not me saving. Okay. If I go down, everyone just follows with me. So I need to get to Solus. I need to do this in the tactics menu. And then I need to be... Alright, here we go. Dang it. Alright, didn't work. Everybody go home. Well, right next to the Astrarium, we can loot. Oh, this chest for a simple pendant. That's so lame, they didn't let me go up the side. It was hardly a problem. Well, we can scale down a little bit. We find some crystal grace on a ledge. This doesn't seem... Oh. Moving forward a little bit, we find the western outskirts. And it looks like there's a camp down there. Yeah, I can see there's a big fellow with the great hammer or maul across his shoulders. Stands up pretty tall. Can't do nothing from here. We could try and slide down. We'll slide down a little bit. And slide down again. We end up in the western outskirts. We can just work our way around and take the people out. What's going on over there? Look alive, big guys heading over here. 12 o'clock. Oh, he's doing his thing. Okay. Excuse me! He's like right here. He's right here. My word. Okay. I am gonna have to go deal with the war table operations. I think they're all done. At least I think we're still missing Cullen's. Ooh, Superior Vanguard coat. And it's level 7. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Armor. Doesn't have anything. Ooh. I don't like how it makes that matte. But it is nice it has some Vanguard coat arms on it. So he will wear that. Do we have a helmet for him? Helmet. Nope. Alright. That's fine. I'm dying. There we go. Yes? Okay, now we're done, hopefully. We can pass through some broken wall of some sort. And head on to finally end up on the road.
Such an irresponsible use of magic. The mages here are little more than animals.
I don't see magic being used at all. Is that okay? What do you see? What do your elf eyes see? Oh, we find a tossed over wheelbarrow. Next to it is a note. A letter found on a dead dwarf. I don't care how many demons and apostates are in that area. The package was lost somewhere on the river north of the farms. Follow the river and find it, or we'll find you. Unfortunately, he doesn't find the package. He is dead. Move forward a little bit. Just gonna clear this road a bit, and then we'll head up to the farm. Since he's right here. Ooh, apologies. Okay. There is a river right there with a broken bridge. We aren't gonna cross it in this episode. I want to get over to Dennett, and I want to just kind of get a lay of this lovely looking homestead. We discover Redcliffe Farms as we make our way up. There is a house immediately when we enter with some kind of wheat.
I believe I sense one of the artifacts of my people.
Solus senses an artifact of his people. Looking inside the first house, we can find a chest in the back with a curved staff grip in it, schematic. And next to the chest, kind of on a barrel, is one of the
That should help ward off demons.
Alright, won't have a problem with demons around here. For that we get some influence. We do see that there's a shard on our map, but we can't access it at the moment. It's a bit elevated. Solus is slightly improving. Ooh, Truffalo! Look! Oh, their pen is broken. That's not good. Well, loot some elf fruit and just kind of follow the waypoint to the house with the smoke rising.
This must be the Horsemaster.
See a question mark, but requires the perk Deft Hand Find Tool, so we can't get in there. We do see a door that's open. Let's see if there's anyone in here.
Speak to the master if you have business here.
Okay, it seems like no one's going to speak to us unless we speak to the Horsemaster, so we need to find him first. We can loot the sack outside of this little hut with 2 cotton in it. We can make our way up the path to the house. Oh, there's something here. What's that? It's just Horsemaster Dennett. I don't know why it's making something go crazy. Either we can open. And we see
So you're the Inquisition, eh?
Master Dennett.
Here you're trying to bring order back. It's high time someone did. Never thought it'd be a Hallow-Rider from the Wildlands, though. Name's Dennett. I served Arleman for 30 years as Horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? This because I called you a Hallow-Rider? Those Hallow are damn majestic beasts. I'll give my right arm to ride one. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Okay, we unlocked a Horsemaster's notes on mounts and a codex entry. I think he said he'd give his left arm in order to ride a Hala, but I don't think that's how it goes with them. I think with Elven, they're purely like they're not like how we use horses. They're more of like companions, and they kind of just like go where they go, and we're just happy to follow along. But in the back, in the bedroom, on the shelf, we find a bottle of Thetis, Cardinal 869 Blessed. An Orlesian liqueur for the daring or those who wish to seem so, said to enhance sensation, and at the bottom, an erotically carved peach pit. The design is plain, but the bottler assures that the act of carving was scandalous. Nice. I love the bottles of Thetis. They're great. I wonder if someone like
Good to see you, Inquisition.
I guess it must be like difficult. I was like, I wonder if someone has ever made like a bottle of Thetis, because some of them have like weird looks to them, but I guess it's difficult because you can't really tell. But oh, on the nightstand and the table upstairs is Hardened Hightown Chapter 1 by Varric Tethris. They say a coin never sleeps. Anyone who's walked the patrol of Hightown Market at midnight might disagree. The pickpockets and confidence men head to the taverns at dusk. The dwarven businessmen and nobles go back to their tiny palaces to fret over the ways they got cheated, and the market falls silent. Donin Brno, Brno, gosh, I can say the word, it's on the tip of my tongue. Brnokovic knew every angle of the market with his eyes closed. 20 years of patrols had etched into him so that he walked that beat even in his dreams. The recruit, Devlin, was another story. The ring of steel striking stone told Donnan that the kid had stumbled into a column again. His new armor would be full of dents by sunrise. Torches would make this easier. The sound of Devlin hauling himself off the pavement was like a tinkerer's cart crashing. Torches make you night blind. You'll adjust. Donnan crossed the square to help the kid to his feet. A breeze scurried across the plaza, sending the banners and pennants shivering and carrying an old, familiar scent. Donnan stopped in his tracks. Something's wrong. His voice was low, warning. He peered into the dark. Up at the mezzanine, just above them. Follow me. Be ready for trouble. The two guards climbed the dark stairs, and there, in a puddle of shadow, found the body. Gold-trimmed satin glittered through the blood. Get the captain, Donnan said. We've got a dead magistrate. Up on this loft, we can find a chest with Free Marcher's banner in it. Not important to us now, but something to remember for later on. Okay. Well, he said that he will help us, but we have to do some quests first. Some elf root. And we can talk to
I heard what my man said.
Elenia?
If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
One, I love her fit. I think it's like a play on what Bethany wears in Dragon Age 2. One of my favorite looking fits. Like, it's simple. It's got a nice chain, like, not bodice, but like corseted that goes down. It's really nice. I like it.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
Okay, we need to place 3 watchtowers. I do not know how to go about that, but alright. There's something over here. Oh, is this him? Oh, precious. Mount unlocked. We can gallop and everything and dismount. There, dismount. I think all my friends appear again. There we go. Your companions just disappear when you are on a horse, so it's not very advantageous if you want to listen to the dialogue.
Fancy trying out one of my courses?
What kind of racing are you talking about?
I set up a course over there with stakes in the ground. It's too narrow to race directly, so I time it with a sandglass. You try to ride the course before I call time.
I'll try one of your courses.
Wonderful. Get your horse and I'll set up the stakes. You make time, I'll throw in some of the dress money Father gave me. Consider it a donation to the Inquisition.
Wait, dress money? Like, you want to buy a dress? I feel like you should just buy the dress. Don't even worry about me, girl. I think you should just buy the dress. Okay, ride to the starting gate. Okay, we just need to get in between the blue things over here. Alright. Dismount and talk to Sienna.
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
We will
I'll
try
speak
again
with you
later. I think there's 3 races in total. 3 different courses. And in order to complete her quest, I think we have to do all 3. I don't think we have to do them all in one sitting. But, yeah. I just kind of want to pick up all of the quests while I'm here. Oop, I can read this. What is this? A heartfelt request. Lost. Prize-winning Druffalo, Druffy, ran when demons attacked. Last seen down in the gully. Reward if found and returned to Farmstead. Note. Posted on a public board with a simple map showing the general location of the Druffalo, where to return her. Okay. We can go find Druffy, which is the Druffalo, the aforementioned Druffalo that I talked about earlier. But there is a Fade Rift up here, so we should probably just get rid of this, because this isn't good. No. Ready? Awesome. Okay. Fade Rift cleared. Enhanced Fireline Ring. Lightning Essence. Yep. Terror Talons. And there is a landmark by a tree. Tirga's lover. Dennet. I don't care if it's the best land on the farm. The farmers remember the old ways and the old blood, and will honor that. Just as I honor you twisting the old horseshoe nails into circles and sneaking them into the horses' saddles for luck. If the farmers want to leave that tree to honor Tirda's leaf-eared lover, we'll leave it be. and whatever we lose from the land will gain in loyalty. If I come back and find the tree gone, and you and Brone blistering some story about it falling in a storm, we'll get the truth from Sienna, and you'll be sleeping in those stables you love so much. All my love, Elena.
You have seen a great deal of battle.
We all have.
Not all. Not like you. You live and breathe war. You understand it. It is home to you.
What's that supposed to mean?
I intended no offense. We have both seen terrible things. We have watched death and destruction render that which we love unrecognizable. It is calming to see something familiar in another.
Fair enough. Well, there's a question mark up here. Port back to Sienna. Oh, there's a camp. Okay, we're gonna pick up the camp, and then I have to cut this one short, unfortunately. But at least we'll have a camp to come back to. I'm gonna go to Haven to get the war table operation started. And then I'll have to call it there. Because I'm on a bit of a time crunch today. And I know this episode was mostly running around and getting
Decent place to camp.
battered by bears, basically. Ah yes, the 3 B's to remember. Battered by bears, basically. There's an exclamation point by this house near our camp. And there's a note inside on a desk next to the window. A letter in an empty home. Endrin. They're telling everyone to leave until the mages and Templars stop burning everything down. I saw the way the merchants were looking, though. If we just flee, they'll pick our houses clean. I'm taking our little project to the cave in the hills up north. You know the one. It'll be safe there until it all blows over. Hessel. A little... Oh, this one's built up right up against the rocks. A little project. I guess it's something to keep our eyes out for. Keep a lookout. Okay, I don't think there's any more quests to get immediately. I know there was a question mark in this area, but this is the watchtowers. This is searching the river for the package. This is another watchtower. Actually, I can just... Okay, this one's like in the thick of it. Okay. It's surrounded by shards and another Fade Rift. Cabin in the Highlands. Okay, this is definitely in the Witchwoods. Okay, got it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, and that's dealing with the wolves. That's searching the northern hills to safeguard. Okay. Alright, got it. There's just a lot of stuff in the Hinterlands. So next time we're definitely going to be coming back to the Hinterlands. We're going to be doing the quests that... Ooh, oh gosh, this water's deep. The heavens! Good gravy. Yeah, spindleweed grows by the water. Not like lake water, though, which is very strange. Yes, we're going. I'm just kind of walking. I guess I'm just magneting myself to where the first watchtower is going to be. I think I have to mark the location for them, but I think I have to ultimately finish the requisition through war table operation. That's just something to bear in mind. And if I'm looking at these, as we've been going, we've been seeing more lanterns, so I think that might be another course that isn't quite set up yet. What is this? Search the river for the package. I see a shrine. Okay. I am going to go back to Haven. I'm gonna go back to Haven. And I'm gonna deal with war table stuff. And then we'll jump back in with hopefully finishing up Redcliffe Farm stuff, because getting Horsemaster Dennett is important. I guess while we're out here, we can also talk to Iron Bull. Oh, yeah, there's Krem and Iron Bull.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Cassandra's been the driving force of this Inquisition. She's the leader in all but name.
Cassandra's a seeker. From what I gather, that's a bit like a Ben Hasrath. She's a good hunter and a great fighter, but she doesn't see the big picture. Too busy searching for answers. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Going into the tavern. What's going on?
No, if you need anything.
Nothing new? Man. Already?
Yes, sir.
We'll talk to Sarah.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Okay, because we interacted with that door, now we can go back to Sarah and ask her if she can lockpick it for us.
I was wondering if you could look at some locks for me.
What, the doors under the Chantry?
You know about them?
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through some sister's breeches. Whatever floats you. Consider them open, yeah?
And with that, she opens them. So if you just so happen to not be a rogue on your playthrough, you can always get those doors open. As long as you have Sarah. Because I don't think Varric will do it. Which is kind of strange, because I'd be like, hey man, can you just open this for me, please? I think there's only one door? Well, no, there's the doors back there. So, in this room, there's a little bit. So, starting, we'll work our way counterclockwise. On a table, the Disciples of Andraste. The Disciples of Andraste are unique in all of history. The cult preceded the Chantry and kept itself so hidden and isolated that it actually survived to modern day. The Disciples made their home high in the Frostback Mountains, in a village called Haven, which is now a sanctuary for pilgrims of the Chantry. It is understood that the Disciples were descendants of the first followers of Andraste, who brought her ashes to Ferelden and built the temple to house it. Because they had pledged themselves to the keeping of the Temple of Sacred Ashes, the Disciples of Andraste never left the Frostbacks. For 900 years, they kept stragglers away, killing all who came close, and were completely oblivious to the world that had advanced beyond the boundaries of their home. Having developed separately from the traditions of the Andrastian Chantry, the Disciples were led by revered fathers. However, little else is known about the original beliefs of the Disciples, for they had turned from their noble heritage by the time they were discovered. Almost all scholars believe that the centuries-long isolation imposed upon the village led to the necessity for inbreeding. This practice likely led to the greater incidents of madness, which may explain why the cult was, at the time of discovery in 930, worshipping a high dragon. According to writings discovered in Haven, the Disciples of Andraste showed reverence to the dragon, believing it to be the prophet reborn. The egg clutches and dragonlings of the dragon were afforded great honor for being Andraste's offspring, and were cared for by the cult. The dragon never attacked the cult, being cunning enough to recognize how the arrangement benefited it. In 930 Dragon, the disciples were wiped out by the hero Ferelden, who was on a quest to retrieve the sacred ashes of Andraste. From Before Andrastianism, The Forgotten Faiths by Sister Rodwin of Tantervale. Looking at the table next to the chest, we can read Andraste, Bride of the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathous, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Almari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she may rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Mathrith, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Almari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake, everywhere they went. Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were vast tide washing over the Imperium, and when Mathrith saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last, the armies of Andraste and Mathrith stood before the very gates of Minrathous, but Andraste was not with them, for Mathrith had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to Tevinter. For this, the Archon would give Mathrith all the lands of the south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Amari and Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing. For his heart had been devoured. But he watched the pyre, But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mathrith, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the Sermons of Justinian II. I'm pretty sure we've read that. I'm pretty sure that's beat for beat what we have read before in Dragon Age 2. But we can loot the chest with 2 alpha in it. And then there's a letter, or paper, right next to the door. A stack of books. The Black City. No traveler to the Fade can fail to spot the Black City. It is one of the few constants of the ever-changing place. No matter where one might be, the city is visible. Always far off, for it seems that the only rule of geography in the Fade is that all points are equidistant from the Black City. The chant teaches that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, from whence he ruled the Fade, left empty when man turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even the most powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful Magister Lords from the Tevinter Imperium devised a means of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black, which was, perhaps, the least of their worries. From beyond the veil, Spirits and Demons by enchanter Mirdromel. It says there's a chest in here. Okay, yeah. In the first cell, there is a chest. Going counterclockwise. Elf fruit, spindleweed. second one. Nothing. Oh. In the third cell, there is a paper. Misplaced notes. Notes written by one of the scholars responsible for restoring Haven. The notes have obviously come loose from a ledger of some sort. It took weeks scrubbing bloodstains from the stone. One of two things is true. Either stone is more porous than I thought, or Maker's beard, there must have been a lot of blood. How many people died? I'm so relieved I didn't have to deal with the altar of sacrifice the first arrivals found. Those were tossed off a cliff, I think. So now we just have to deal with the stains on the walls and the floors. If this doesn't clean up in a day or two, I'm asking for some fresh plaster. Maybe we can cover them up? Still, it's not all bad. Haven is a beautiful place, and while working in the dungeons, we found scraps of paper with writing that looks like Brother Ferdinand Gentivi's. He was held here for weeks before the hero of Ferelden found him. I wonder, did they just make this place? Was he held in a different spot? Because he was held behind a door. He was held behind a false wall when we found him in Origins. So obviously the place has to look different because it's been updated. All I'm saying is how much was changed, how much was built after the Chantry got their hands on Haven. Oh, okay. Wow, we have 16 power. Okay. Well, we can deal with
There's nothing to do with
these.
fairness. We simply can't accommodate them if they bring that many servants.
I will speak to the Duchess. She can be reasoned with, after a fashion.
So like that, they talk to each other like that. It's great. Okay, so Cullen's report on Red Jenny, Inquisition needs bees. We've received weapon plant and located an apiary to supply us. When the idea was presented, the beekeeper tented his fingers and sneered. Of course, quite disturbing. And rewards, we get the jar of bees grenade recipe. Oh, we can finally do Champions of the Just if we wanted to, because we have 16 power, but it's not really important to us. We can look at the Secrets of Andraste. Interestingly, the runes are Almari in origin, belonging to the tribes that inhabited Ferelden almost 1,000 years ago. What is of greater interest, however, is that none of the runes translate intelligibly, meaning it is all in code. According to the translators, a reference to the Guardian also indicates an island off the northern coast. Most curious, I will continue translation efforts in the hope we can narrow this down further. And for that, we get 64 gold. Okay, on the other side, we can pick up the Truth or Dare Imperial Court from our Ambassador, Josephine. So, Ambassador, I very much enjoyed your soiree, and I hope to see you at the summer cottage for our picnic luncheon next month. Do not fret about the ghastly things said about your associates. More reasoned heads will prevail, and this foolish gossip will come to nothing. Yours, Duke Cyril. We get some 30 influence. Okay. What is this? Oh, that's the shards. Okay. So we now have utilized the Grey Warden treaties. Red Jenny says drop and grab, and successor in leads. Okay. We'll start with Red Jenny says drop and grab. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise. Cullen. A letter from Sarah follows. For your big hats, Lord whoever says you're rubbish. His servants don't care, but could. Drop a few things for them. Tell they'll give Josephine a surprise. I think scrolls or something. Sarah. A scribble of heraldic symbols and directions are below. Also, Sarah's name 37 times. Josephine will entertain this, so we'll have Josephine
Let us
do it.
begin.
Alright, next we have... Ooh, okay, we have a bit of a problem. So we can't do utilize Grey Warden treaties, because the only one who would have been able to do it, it seems, is going to be Josephine. So, we won't even read it, because we can't even do it right now. So we can look at choose a successor in Leeds. Part of a Ben Hasworth report noting the current fight for succession in Leeds. The duchy will go to one of 3 members of the dead Duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of the Orlesian politics. His cousin, Carlina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter, Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivety, and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, his brother, Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. What's with the Gaspards being searching for power? Carlina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing Leeds personally. Manette would be the most easily manipulated but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any of the 3 candidates could become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other 2 must be removed from play first. Removed how? I feel like Manette is already far removed. She's in the Chantry. But then we're already missing one. We wouldn't be able to... I'm sorry, hold on, Josephine. What? I can destroy Carlina's marriage with 4 words and the proper glove left. Proper table. Oh my gosh, Josephine. Heavens, hold on. Liliana, Manette would do better in the Chantry than in the game. I can see that she is encouraged to take the vows. Oh, she hasn't taken vows, she's just in the Chantry. Okay, she's like a lay sister or something? I think that's what it's called. Someone who's not actually, like, in the Chantry, but is, like... I'm trying to remember the words, but I can't at the moment. And then there's Cullen. Jean Gaspard is a chevalier and capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him for ourselves. Yeah, Cullen, that's how you're gonna get your people? You're gonna just, you're gonna just get them? Okay, interesting. Man, I ran over my time. I will say, this one is a tricky one. I'd rather have everybody in play to do this, so this one's gonna be set aside for a little while longer. How much time is left on this? 37 minutes. Okay. The next time we do a video, it's definitely gonna be ready, because I don't have any more time left in this day to record. But, this one's a complicated one because it is actively, how I'd like to say, taking part in a mini game. A mini game, if you will. We're going to be, this is a quest, this is a war table operation in 2 parts. Basically, we are removing someone in the first part and putting someone in the second part. I'd like to have all people so I can have all possible options. I don't even know I don't even know how I want to go about it yet. This one always confuses me, but it's a bit of a lengthy one. So we'll just leave it here for today. Disperse. Alright, but we are going to leave it here for today. Next time, that war table operation is going to be finished. I want to talk to people. Oh. I don't know why Vivienne is approving, but she approves. Oh, because we did her war table operation. Cool. And Sarah also approves because we did her war table operation. So I want to talk to people if I can, and then get back to Redcliffe Farm so we can finish up stuff so we can get Horsemaster Dennett here. I think he's already here. I think we at least have the mount, but I think at least to get more mounts, because we have the one. To get more mounts, we need to have Horsemaster Dennett. So I would like to do that if possible. Yeah, take it nice, take it slow. So yeah, until next time.